In this video, I am going to talk all about why setting goals for your finances is really important, different types of financial goals you can set. I'm going to talk about some of my financial goals that I've set before and that I have set for this year too. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Laura and I am going to be posting videos all about money, mindset and motivation to help you transform your relationship with money, to learn to save more, invest more and just be better in general with money. So it's the start of a new year. Happy 2021, which feels weird saying. The one thing that everybody does at the start of the new year is set themselves New Year's resolutions. Now, it's not that I am against them, but I think that there is a much better way of goal setting. I think if you use New Year's resolutions as a chance to reevaluate and reflect on the year before and create some intentions for the year moving forwards, that's great. But what I don't think you should do is feel that you have to set goals only on the 1st of January. I think the problem with the idea of New Year's resolutions is that there's a lot of pressure to get to the new year and it's like, how are you going to reinvent yourself? And then also a year is a long time. So you get to near the end of the year, like November time, and how many of us are guilty of being like, it's a new year soon, I'll wait till then to do X, Y, and Z. Now, I'm a massive fan of setting goals. I set goals throughout the year, little goals, big goals, mainly because I like to have something to work towards. Not always a good thing, but you can use the goals to make improvements and changes in your life to become the person who you want to be. I don't think that they only need to happen once a year. I think that you should set them, review them, change them, work towards them throughout the whole year. Now, there's no set way to create a goal. There's no like magical formula. It's different for everybody. I think that most of the time financial goals get overlooked because talking about money is so taboo, or if you have debt or you're not where you thought you would be financially, I think it feels easier to not acknowledge it, kind of like no goals, no problem. But that mindset I think keeps us stuck. And if you're not the one taking control of your money will take control of you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So let's talk about why is it important to set financial goals. We all usually set goals that fall into categories such as personal, I want to learn how to hula hoop. Yes, health and fitness, I want to lose 20 pounds this year.
My friends, I was too fat.
Career and business, I want to get X job or X promotion. One thing we need to think about is factoring in money into that. Unfortunately, we live in a capitalist society and we need money for things. So unless we're going to run away together, go live off of the land, growing our own veg, maybe we can be in a commune and you don't need money, we need money for things. And that's just how it is. And the quicker that we can accept that, the quicker we can move on to understanding that as adults, we're the ones who have to pay things for ourselves. We have to find money, earn money, make money, learn how to manage money. If you don't set yourself goals, I think it can be really easy to sort of bumble through life and then get to a certain point and be like, oh no, I needed money for this. So for example, we set goals around, I want to have a family. You need money for that. I would like to quit my corporate job and set up my own business. You need an emergency fund to fall back on and maybe some money to start the business. I want to go on the trip of a lifetime. I want to travel around the world. You need money to do that. By setting yourself those goals, you can help yourself work towards the life that you want to lead. Now, sometimes it is hard to get crystal clear on what you want and you're not always going to know at every single step of your life what you want to be doing. And that is okay, but you shouldn't allow that to be the reason that you don't set yourself goals. Because there's never going to be a point in your life where having money and savings and money investments is a bad thing. It's only ever going to be good and helpful. For me, I was saving and I had £15,000 ready to go when the opportunity came up for me to go travelling with my best friends. At the drop of a hat, I was able to go, yeah, let's go. Now, it doesn't mean you have to have that much money saved, but having that financial freedom of that money being sat there gave me the opportunity in that moment to say yes, as opposed to having to turn it down because for the last few years I've been living paycheck to paycheck and haven't been thinking about potential things that I might want to do with my money in the future. Now, one thing we have to bear in mind is that it is a really privileged position to be able to consider ways in which you might want to save, spend and invest your disposable income, because there are a lot of people in this country who do not have that privilege. So that is something I'm very aware of for me, and also for you guys who feel like you're in that position too. So now, I'm not gonna lie, normally when it comes to goals, I'm really good at like going, yes, this is what I want to do, because last year was so unexpected. It has put a bit of a blurry cloud over what 2021 is going to look like. There are still goals that you can set yourself to do with life and to do with your finances that are still going to help you improve, even if you don't exactly know where your life is going right now, because I feel like nobody really knows where their life is going right now. Okay, so let's get on to what type of financial goals can you set yourself. So I like to think that there's like 3 different types. One is number-based goals, like I will save £5,000 by the end of the year, or I will clear £3,000 off of my credit card by 2022. They're number-based and they're more tangible because you can track your progress number by number, essentially. Number 2 is habit-based goals. So it's things that you're changing to your everyday life that improve your financial well-being and finances in general. So that could be like, I am going to make it a habit to check my bank account every day, or I'm going to make it a habit to, every time I get cash, I'm going to put it in a money pot, which I did for a few years, and at the end of the year I had like £300 or £400 in there. I mean, a bit different now because we're turning into a cashless society, but little habit-based things where it doesn't matter what the end goal is, but what matters is what you're actually doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And number 3 is education-based goals. So I'm going to make sure that I learn about investing, cryptocurrency, how to manage my money better. It's about learning. So reading a financial book every single month, subscribing to a personal finance YouTube, mine, or doing things where you're going to be learning. The good thing about educational based goals is that if you find yourself in a position, especially now, where you're on a low income or you have no income, that is the cheapest way to progress your finances, because if you have access to the internet, then there's so much free content out there. It's a way to help yourself better your finances and better your financial education, so that in a year's time, or whenever it is, hopefully when your income increases or you're in a more stable financial position, you go, I already have that knowledge now that I can start saving or that I can start investing. So you're setting yourself up. It's like the pre-work. Okay? Whatever one you pick, they all relate back to your financial well-being, improving your finances for the future. So let's talk about the best way to set financial goals. These are my top tips for you. First of all, make sure it is realistic. Now, I like to dream big, but there's dreaming big and creating a goal that is so unrealistic and unachievable that you fall at the first hurdle.
You're setting me up for a loss already.
So for example, let's say you get paid every month, you've worked out your budget and you get £500 disposable income to spend how you like. If you set yourself a goal, I'm going to save £500 a month, and that is your entire budget of money that you needed to split between savings, investments and fun money, going out, spending on the things you like, going out for dinner, takeaways, clothes, whatever it is. If you think that you're going to save that entire amount and every single month you're going to have a no spend month, you're setting yourself up for a loss, because the chances are you'll put that money away and then within 2, 3, 4 days you're going to have dipped back into it, and then you're teaching yourself a bad habit that it's okay to dip into your savings. So a more realistic goal would be, I'm going to save £300, £200 I'll spend how I like, £300 goes away and I don't touch it. You're far more likely by the end of the year or in 6 months to be at a point where that money is still there and it's growing. Make sure your goals are something that you want. This is the issue with social media, is that you see what other people have or what other people are saying they're working towards, and sometimes you internalize that and you're like, maybe I want that too. For me right now, for example, buying a house is not on the cards anytime soon, but I see loads of people everywhere, all over Instagram and online, saving for a deposit and buying a house. That is absolutely fine, but there was a period of time where I convinced myself maybe I should be investing in property right now, maybe I should be getting myself a house, just because I'd seen other people doing it. Luckily, I took some time to reassess and go, no, that's not what you want this, and it didn't lead me down a path towards something that I didn't want. But it can be really easy to get swept away in that. So have a think about who you're trying to become and the life you want to lead, and then think about the goals that you need to set yourself to get there, and make sure that that aligns and that you're not taking on what other people want. Find ways to be accountable for your goals. So whether that's telling people, telling your friends, telling your family, talk about it and get other people to hold you accountable. And also create a tracking system. If it's something that you're trying to save a certain amount of money, trying to clear a certain amount of debt, read a certain amount of books, keep a note as you go and turn them into mini goals. This month I'm going to save this much. This week I'm going to read this many pages. Because when you're tracking your progress, you have something to keep you motivated as you're going along, especially if it is a goal for the whole year, because a year is a long time. So the biggest financial goal that I set myself last year was to hit £20,000 in savings by the end of the year. Now, I will go into this in more detail in another video, but I was really privileged and my job was still quite secure throughout COVID. So that did mean that the combination of lockdown, not needing to travel, not needing to spend my money, I was actually able to hit that goal by June. So I set myself a new goal for the second half of the year, which was to have £10,000 in investments. And I did not hit that goal, but that's absolutely fine, just being honest with you. For my financial goals this year, I'm going to stick to the aiming to have £10,000 in investments, but most of it is going to be around my education and learning more about investments in regards to things like cryptocurrencies and different types of investing. I just want to continue to learn more and extend my knowledge. And I don't really have any savings goals because I already have my emergency fund saved. Yeah, that's really it, to be honest. Hopefully this video has helped some of you have a think about the type of financial goals that you can set and the best way to do it. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.